Well, Tipple, it looked like it was a pretty good game you went to.
Oh yeah.
Looked like it came pretty close towards the end there. A little nail biter.
What are you talking about? This is exactly how we drew it up. Oh my god, we did it!
I don't want to hear it from a guy who's half his fan base is Swifties. Broncos country, let's cry.
Back to the Super Bowl.
Why'd they put the trash cans next to the Cowboys helmet?
You could take it and shove it up your.
Peace!
What I really need to be hearing from you, though, is thank you.
Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome to the Week 13 recap of the Trajan Sportcast. I am your host, professional wrestler, and Kansas City Chiefs fanatic Christian Temple, joined alongside, as always, by my good friend, I think he forgot his terrible towel. No, he's always got it with him. What am I talking about? Trajan. And, boy, howdy. You're feeling pretty good right about now, because I think your team's about to live up to your end of the bargain we made at the beginning of the year.
About to. She's done it.
I
You're good.
know.
You're just lucky
uh,
you didn't make any more bets.
oh yes, because I can only set the bar so low for you guys now. The standard was the
Yeah.
standard with you this week, and the standard was definitely not with Joe Burrow. It was kind of a rough show for him. I mean, he kept it, but yeah, the Bengals they were definitely not the team to beat in the AFC. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here because there was a game that happened the Friday beforehand on Black Friday, and as you can see right here. It's exactly how we drew it up, exactly the way we wanted it to be. We swept the Raiders again, so let's hear Kingdom. How about those Chiefs? Oh boy. if
Garrett
if
Chief noises.
exactly right. boy howdy, what a game that was. And I just knew going into it. It's like it's not going to be a blowout. We are not going to win this game by more than one score. I would have liked to have been more than 2 points, but I but I just knew the Raiders are going to play one of their better games all year. Aiden O'Connell coming out here, 340 yards with 2 touchdowns. I mean, freaking, you got Brock Bowers taking care of business. You got Trey Tucker catching long bombs down the field. I mean, good heavens, this is exactly what you'd expect in a division rival game. You know, even though the Raiders 2-9 coming into this game, playoff hopes all but dashed. You just knew they were going to give their best effort. It was kind of like the Christmas Day game last year, except luckily this time we did not give up 2 straight turnovers on 2 back-to-back plays that led them back into the game. So at least we had that going for us here.
Oh, yeah, if Mahomes intercepted through an interception this game, it probably would have been a different story.
You're probably right with that too. But got to give a shout out to the man who came back in this game too. Talking about my boy Isaiah Pacheco. It was cool seeing him on the field. I wish he would have got a few more carries. He was our leading rusher though with 44 yards on 7 carries. Kareem Hunt, kind of an off day for him, but that's the deal. Like Kareem Hunt, he should be used to sharing carries right now with this time with the Cleveland Browns and everything, right? You would think.
Okay.
Um, Mahomes, a decent game for him. 306 yards for him, including a passing touchdown. Excuse me, I was about to say Travis Kelsey, but no, it's the wrong 80. It's 84, not 87. Justin Watson, actually. Um, I just it keeps bothering me, the freaking sacks. He took 5 sacks in this game. I said it while I was in the stands, standing behind Matt Ariza, our punter's mom, saying I am done with Wanya Morris. He has had more than enough opportunities to show that he could be a starting left tackle. It's over. He is not improved. I think he's devolved almost in a way. I am more than ready to see what DJ Humphries can do for our O line. So it hasn't been announced yet. We're recording this on Thursday. It hasn't been announced who our starting left tackle will be, but we'll apparently, according to Reed and Mahomes, they like what they see from Humphrey so far. So we shall see how that goes when they announce it. Good game for D Hop though. Uh, 4 yards, almost 100-yard receiving game for him. 34-yard completion down to him. Kelsey had himself a decent game, 7 catches for 68 yards. Noah Gray, still showing up when he needs to. Even Xavier Worthy actually had a decent game at 5 catches for 54 yards. He was definitely spreading the ball around. Mahomes was. Just far as the scoring goes and everything too, only 1 touchdown in the entire game for Kansas City. It was all field goals, and thank heavens that Daniel Carlson was terrible. he showed his Justin Tucker in this game, missing 3 field goals, and he still had a chance. Through all that, still had a chance to maybe get the game-winning field goal. So, I have to preface this here too. The Chiefs had a chance to put the game away. Why we thought it was a good idea to throw on 3rd down is just mind-boggling to me. And because he overthrew Xavier. See, here's the deal. I would have liked that call if we were up by 7. And the Raiders had to go down the field and get a touchdown. I don't like that call when our defense has, not been playing well, and a field goal doesn't tie, it wins the game. So I don't know. Maybe that was a Mahomes call. I don't know. Obviously, if he would have threw a good ball and it was caught, then obviously I'd be singing a different tune right now. But it's like, you give the ball to Pacheco. It's like I forget, it was 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. He ran the ball, really hard. Just get those 2 yards. That's all it is. Just get those 2 yards. Instead, they punt it, and then all of a sudden they go down the field, and I hate doing this every single time because it seems like he always does. I have no choice but to tip my hat once again to Brock Bowers. Dude is for real. He is for real. He is the best player on the Raiders right now, at least on the offensive side of the ball. 10 catches, 140 yards for him, including a touchdown. Brock Bowers is the real deal, I think, as far as tight ends are concerned. Right. He got a big reception that got them close to field goal range. They run a couple more plays, and they've got 3rd down. They spike the ball, or excuse me, they don't have, they have 3rd down. They spike the ball, stop the clock. Now it's 3rd down. And what happens next is got to be the most hilarious way to lose a game. I didn't think anything would top a blocked field goal like in the Broncos game, but holy crap did they find a way. The Raiders are going to Raider, I guess. So for some reason, and I don't even know his name. I don't know his name, the center. I can't even point it out to him and all that too. But he just snapped the ball for no reason whatsoever. I don't think he was touched by the right guard. And Aiden O'Connell sure as hell didn't say hut hike because he wasn't even looking. So he snaps the ball. O'Connell's in shotgun, bounces off his shoulder. O'Connell actually jumps on top of it, but it squirts free, and Nick Bolton jumps on it. And, that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the tip of the iceberg because you watch the play back, and you see the referee on the top run in and start doing this. He doesn't blow the whistle. He just does the hand motion here too. The referees huddle up, and they make the correct call, which is, since the clock was not running and the players were not set, it's not a false start. It's illegal shift. So ultimately, the right call was made. The play went on like it was supposed to. It wasn't blown dead, and the Chiefs took advantage of a very unfortunate situation for the Las Vegas Raiders. All things considered, it was very unfortunate the way things had to end too. Because hey, Carlson, not a good game. Not a guarantee he gets this kick either. But
sure,
they still had a chance. They were in field goal range. They were in field goal range. So, am I happy how they won? Absolutely not. Am I glad they won? Hell yes. It's always a good day when we beat the Raiders, especially when we sweep them.
Yeah, I would like to point out our backup quarterback led a 32-13 victory against these guys, but nevertheless, there.
But can they do it twice? I guess I'll find out against the Browns this week, right?
Yep, we will have the Browns this week. But yeah, no, definitely. I stopped really paying attention to this game after the first quarter, and I didn't even know the sequence of events that went down. I just saw it on my Snapchat feed, my Instagram feed. But yeah, no, that's it's one of those games that it's kind of sucks how you win, but being there,
Hmm.
it's it's like an emotional roller coaster ride. It makes it fun. I've been there many times.
Hmm.
But but yeah, no, that's definitely a good one. And you guys need to be prepared if Raiders actually do something right and get a quarterback for Brock Bowers. They could be dangerous.
Could be. Could be.
They could be dangerous. But we'll see how much of a Sanders pick they get.
Spoilers, spoilers,
Spoilers.
Tommy.
But on to a good game.
I have to admit this was a good game. This game was fun to watch too.
So I was nervous this week going into this because obviously the Bengals have been putting up some points. They've been throwing a lot of yards. Um, and so I was worried if we could compete with this, but boy, howdy, we did.
Hmm.
Start of the game, it did not ease my nerves because right away, pick six. Should have never happened because apparently you can now pull a receiver's helmet and take him to the ground, but it is what it is. But I like the response. We went back right down there and scored a touchdown to tie it up. They score a touchdown. We go right back down there and score again. And in the second quarter, 20 points. So we go up 27 to 21. This is the most points in a Bengals-Steelers matchup in the first half.
Oh
Did
wow.
not look like AFC North football.
Nope.
It's so I was feeling pretty confident. Of course, we go right down the field. We didn't punt until the fourth quarter.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
The Stiller
Uh,
football was not there this time.
but uh, but yeah, George Pickens had himself a game. 3 receptions, 74 yards, one 36-yard long. Najee Harris, consistent as always, 16 carries, 75 yards, on pace to go well over 1,000 yards this year. Russell Wilson, though, to me is the story. I mean, to get that pick six, I mean, most quarterbacks would be rattled right off the bat. He had himself he put on a show. I mean, 414 yards. He was on the whole day. 29 for 38, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean, he didn't take that many sacks, 2 sacks compared to, I mean, what's his name for the Bengals that's been doing very well, and we protected uh, Wilson the whole time. But
Trey Hendrickson, there you go.
Ray Henderson, yep. The defense, they did their job too. I mean, it was a shootout. Um, I'll attribute that to the Bengals with their backs up against the wall. We also helped them out with a lot of penalties. I'm looking at you, Joey Porter Jr. Some of them maybe deserved. Some of them, I was like, look, you called this pass
Jo-
interference, but where's that pass interference on the pick six?
Joey Porter Jr. exists.
I mean, Dante Jackson, 1 interception. I mean, he has been doing very well for us. We traded him for Deontay Johnson to Carolina Panthers, and people were kind of ragging on it, saying, "Oh, we're just getting the pick out of the deal." Deontay Johnson's kind of uh, Reed Jackson is kind of just kind of there in the trade, but he has lived up to his end, overperformed. I'm happy with him. Nick Herbig came out with a big with the strip sack. TJ Watt, yet again, strip sack, three solo tackles on the day. I believe 2 sacks. Yep. So 2 sacks. I believe he's tied with Miles. He's two back from the sack lead.
Hmm.
But It was a good game. I wish we could play the Bengals every week.
More so than playing the Browns, right?
I want revenge.
I know.
I want revenge.
I think a lot of
I
I
hope
think a lot of people in black and gold want revenge this week.
I hope we do it. I hope we get it. Um, but who knows? I mean, they want to upset our season. Their Super Bowl is beating the Steelers.
Mhm.
That's always what it's going to be with them. They'll never win a Super Bowl. So,
there you go. Kind of a side note here. This is a little bit of a nothing burger, but I just thought it was kind of funny. So the blocked field goal, that the
yeah.
one miss that Boswell had too. Um, do you know who that was blocked by?
No, I didn't see.
Okay, it was number 58 Joseph Asai, who, funny enough, was the reason the Chiefs got into field goal range in the 2023 AFC Championship game when he pushed Mahomes late out of bounds.
Well,
So going from setting up one special teams play that ruined a season to getting a special teams play that actually almost helped them get back into the game at one point.
did. I
I
was worried it was going to be a turning point.
I saw 58. I was like, wait, does that look familiar? And I saw the last name. I was like, oh, it's the same one. It's the same guy. so, so like I said, nothing funny. It's not a big deal. I just thought it was funny seeing him on there. But yeah, big win for the Steelers, especially with the breathing room that the Eagles gave you guys, taking down the Baltimore Ravens later on that night. So yeah, Pittsburgh fully controlling their own destiny, which has not, of course, never backfired in them in the past. Uh, but
Never.
yeah, at this moment too, Pittsburgh, a couple spots away from the one seed potentially.
Potentially, there's no clinching scenarios for the Steelers this week.
Nope, not yet.
But if we win this week, we get a bunch of clinching scenarios for a playoff spot next week.
Absolutely.
So,
So we
uh,
talked about it too. There's no clinching this week, but you do have a rematch in mind at least.
gosh, if we get swept by Jameis Winston, the only thing that could take the bad taste out of my mouth is a Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, I'll take it.
No amount
But
of alcohol would do it. Just a Super Bowl, right?
no, no, none at all.
Yeah.
Just if I have to see a smug Miles Garrett again, I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, let's see if Miles Garrett can turn hypothetical sacks into actual sacks like he did last week. So I'm sure your O line will be more apt and more prepared for the challenge this week. So, but yes, that is at Pittsburgh this time, and it is a noon kickoff game on CBS. And there is a clinching scenario for Kansas City this week because
Really?
it is a divisional matchup against the Los Angeles Chargers. And this one is at home at Arrowhead Stadium, Sunday night, primetime game. And yeah, Chiefs win this, then this will be their ninth straight division title in the AFC West. And the Chargers, hey, they've got something to play for too. They have a good shot at getting to a wild card spot with a win this week. So we definitely expect the best shot from Harbaugh and Herbert and company. So there we go. The Chiefs need to clean up some stuff. Like I said, it'll be interesting how our left tackle situation will be, and I guess we'll just see what happens then.
They do still have a shot of taking the division as well.
I'm not even going to entertain that thought until until after this game happens. So
Lot could happen.
lot could happen. Even Denver's hungry right now too. So, all right. Well, that is our show this week, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a comment down below. What was the most surprising game this week? Was it the finish of the Chiefs Raiders game? Was it the absolutely drunk game of Seahawks and New York Jets? I mean,
Yeah.
there were some fun games this week, actually, all
Well,
things considered. So, but yeah, we'd love to hear from you down in the comments below. But in the meantime and the in between time, thank you everybody so much for watching. Click like if you enjoyed the video. Click subscribe if you really enjoyed it. Tell all your friends. And we will see you all next week for the Week 14 recap. This is Temple and Trajan signing off.